What's up, people? My name is Ahmed. I hope my hair is looking decent today. It's kind of wonky today. Today, I want to talk to you about this show that I saw recently on Hotstar. It's not your usual type of show. It's called Aakhri Sach. It has Tamannaah Bhatia in it, and I thoroughly enjoyed watching the show because it was that much fun. But then, I do have a very twisted sense of humor. Maybe you might not enjoy the show as much as I did, but I'm still here going to recommend the show to a lot of people because why not, right? Okay, imagine this. You randomly stumble upon a show, Aakhri Sach that is, and it's about the deaths of 11 people who are found hanging in their own house. Essentially, it is based on a true story, the Burari Deaths in Delhi. It was extensively covered in the news. There have been a lot of YouTube videos about it. There have been a lot of serialized versions of the show. And there's one on Netflix also, if I'm not wrong. It's called the Burari Deaths. But this one takes a different approach to it. It's a serialized, fictionalized version of the same thing. And here's why I enjoyed watching it. Firstly, the approach of the story is very different from, well, the real life. We meet all the characters prior to their death. We are invested in the story a little more. We meet Tamannaah Bhatia, who's essentially the detective of the show, and she has to unravel why the deaths happened. At the same time, we are getting a little bit of the past of the 11 members of the family. We see what happened in their house. It may or may not be true. It's fictionalized version. It's a serialized version. So because it's quite a shocking event to cover, and that's what the show is about. And it's over a span of 6 episodes that the story is told. The first episode being the setup, and then it goes down different paths, and eventually they come down to the same ending. Like they kind of come down to, okay, they kill themselves, and there is absolutely no other alternative. There cannot be any foul play from the outside. Okay, I must say this one thing, that it's not a masterpiece technically. I've seen better crime thrillers in the last week alone, but at the same time, there was something about the show that made me want to watch it. Like throughout the show, I was glued onto the screen. I wanted to know what happens next. The reason why I enjoyed Aakhri Sach more than other people is because I'm a true crime fan. Not fan. Like I said, it's not technically a masterpiece. It could have been so much better. Like there were genuine moments in the show that made me go, what were they thinking here? And that was another question that I had. Like, were they thinking here? But yeah, there were a lot of moments that felt in your face, could have been dealt with a little more subtlety. But yeah, overall, that I'm not holding that against the show because it was fun to watch. I don't think I can use the word fun to watch. It was an interesting watch, and I was thoroughly enjoying watching a show. Like I was enjoying how the story was being developed by the writers, because there's always a moment of, okay, what are the writers going to do now? As much as it's based on a real story, there are fictional versions to the story. There are things that we do not know, or we may never know about what is happening with the family, so they do create a lot of fictionalized versions, fictionalized stories to it. Even if they do have a lot of original story from the death, there are moments that are going to be fictionalized. So how are they going to deal with this now? They did a very good job in keeping me hooked onto the show. Essentially, if you're watching a movie or a TV show, my baseline is, am I interested in watching what's going to happen next? Yes or no? And if it's a yes, it's a clear winner for me. That's it. I want to talk about Tamannaah Bhatia in the film because I genuinely feel that she carried the show more than anybody else in the show itself. Her entire arc in the show is something that I genuinely enjoyed, and her performance is, well, not spectacular, but at least interesting enough to keep you on hooked to the show, keep you watching the show till the end. If I were to say this, it's not really a diamond in the rough, more like a pebble in the sand. It's a show that you'll enjoy watching once but you might not watch it again. It's not a show, it might not be a show you might recommend to a lot of people, but if you're a true crime fan like I am, if you enjoy true crime drama as much as I do, you will definitely enjoy the show. You'll recommend it to a lot of people because that's how interesting it is at the end of it. Yeah, I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10, man. Like, it's a good show. I enjoyed it. There wasn't a lot of things that were bad with the show. There were a lot of things that weren't great with the show, but hey, I had fun, so that's it, right? I hope. Peace, and I will see you in the next one.